take Nurse with my sister and myself to church on a regular basis, to the point where anytime I drive into the yard, Nurse, who not leaving her handbag, it become a part of her, feel that we were going out, so she would always head for the car. I would have to say, no, Nurse, we're not going anywhere today. And you could see the disappointment on her face. Nurse from time to time would come to my home, especially on Christmas, when we make dinner, and I invited my sisters down. Nurse place is also at my table. And for several Christmas and some other occasions, she would be there. So she become a part of the family, so to speak. And so we just cherish those thoughts. And I just want to congratulate my sister for taking the best care of Nurse. When Nurse died, and I said, well, who will be the next one? A family member said, me. So my sister will have to prepare herself to be caregivers for probably all the rest of McCartney's. Because she was caregiver for Miss Pearl and then Nurse. On the other hand, Aunt Vad. What can I say about Aunt Vad? What a lady with a kind heart. What a lady with a sweet soul. I met Aunt Vad as a result of my sister as well. And we share that common bond when she comes to Long Hill. And we get so close to each other sometimes, I don't even call her Aunt Vad. We say Evadney. And it was no problem to her to call her Evadney. And I remember some years ago, I happened to be in the States, and I think it was in her area too, and I got her number, and I called Aunt Vad, and we chatted for a little while. The very same day, I happened to be in a store, I think it was a food store, and when I looked in the line in front of me, was Aunt Vad. So I broke out of the line and rushed to Aunt Vad and hugged her up and said, Evadney. And that was something else. Later on, I learned that the gentleman that was with her said she thought that it was somebody attacking Aunt Vad. But guess what? I am kind of glad that he never acted in defense. Else probably I would be dead today. Because he thought I was attacking Aunt Vad. And so these two ladies, they are no more with us. We cherish their memories. It is said that memories don't live like people do. They always stays with you. And so we'll always cherish the memory of Nurse and Aunt Vad, and may their soul rest in peace and light perpetual shine on them. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, all. This is not to be considered a welcome or condolence. It is rather an occasion where we will recall the love and the care which my aunt, only 4 years my senior, showered on her family and wards as district nurse and midwife. You all know what a midwife does and what she has to get calm and I said none worrying of giving birth to children. I will, however, point out that as a kid growing up, sorry Flo, only goats have kids. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm old. So forgive me. She treated everyone like family. No one was treated differently in any way at all. I knew her more as a sister than an aunt. Others knew her as a nurse and a midwife. So I am at a disadvantage in this area. We can all recall her service and dedication to her family and her church. I will, however, point out that as a kid growing up, sorry Flo, only goats have kids. She was a normal person. She climbed trees and was just like the rest of us. Nothing unusual. Only one of the vivid memories. Oh, okay. I'm sorry again. I'm old. One of my vivid memories was when we climbed the mango tree. It is right over the Papa's grave. And it was laden with ripe mangoes. We gorged ourselves, that's Flo and I, gorged ourselves with mangoes that we could not get out of the tree. We were overfilled. And we slept there until it passed off and we climbed down. At school age, however, that's past when we were kids. Sorry, nurse. Only goats have kids. At school age, we went to different parts of the island, different schools. And I will say something here. Pardon me, I cannot allow it to go by. My mom, Albertine Hallman, was the first born of Ivy McCartney, who was a founder of this church. I am the first grandchild of Ivy. And Bajo, my great-grandfather. So we lost contact with each other. I was in Old Harbor Bay, and Flo and the rest of them were in Long Hill. In the summer, we joined. Only time in the summer when we all came from all over the island, as Ivy's grandchildren, and we met with her for our summer holidays medication washout. Every summer that happened. As adults, Flo and I, we have almost similar professions. I was a safety and injury prevention person. She was a nurse. I tried to prevent people from having injuries, and she healed them and delivered children. So it's similar to sort of deal with people to help people. Where is it now? The company I worked with bought this is something that happened. They bought 3 fire trucks. And being the person responsible for safety, I was charged with having our Jamaican firefighters, company firefighters, trained. So we brought some people from overseas, specialists, to train these people. While we were training them, we decided to treat them to the Bluefields Fish and Belmont Fish spectacular natural Jamaican cuisine. It was very, very popular at the time. So I stopped with Flo, the dedicated nurse, and she selected the fish she could wash. She had so much, people had so much confidence in her that she was able to walk into this fish place and take out the best fish that she could find. Beautiful fish. She brought the fish to us, put them on the table, and my wife and myself decided, sit down, enjoy the fish. We were enjoying the fish, the Belmont fish, Jamaican style. Flo looked and she saw the people, the visitors, looking at the fish, doing nothing. And she said, "What's wrong?" We just can't eat the fish while they're looking back at us. They sat there, and nurse said, "Okay." And she took plates with the fish, cut the heads off, put the plates back on the table, and said, "No, they're not looking at you." And we had our meals. If more of us, I am sorry. I am sure some of you here may have had unique experiences, especially while she was helping you to give birth. Not the men, of course. And Flo's efforts, I am sure some of you here may have unique experiences of nurses' efforts attempting to ease your stress and the tension in her upright, engaging way. It was second nature to her. If more of us thought and acted the way my dearest aunt did, I can imagine the way she stood alone, because she was always alone. She was only the only midwife and district nurse around the place. And she treated everyone alike. If we would act the way she did, she is gone now. Yes, she's gone. And I'm emotional because I love her. And we will forever remember her for her love and dedicated service she gave to her family and community. Rest in peace, Mommy, Grandma, Aunt, and Nurse Flo, to me, Isola. That's what I called her because they're of the same age group as youngsters. Rest in peace, Flo, and may the people here listening to this and to all the tributes that have been bestowed on her act a little bit more more like Flo, and be more Jamaican, and be more world-like, and consider people a little bit more unselfishly, as she did it. May she rest in peace, and may you all remember her and work very, very hard to continue what she started here and what she has left with us. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry to have confused you. I'm very sorry to have confused you.
We've been sitting for a while. Let us stand as we sing Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found.
been around the Bluefields White House community because of her chosen career as a